Guess I'm just lucky running into you here. I'm in my Tinto get up and mask today because it's going to be a day to remember, you see. You might be wondering, who are you? So I'll come right out and say it. It's me, Don Tsukigata. Nah, scratch that. From this day forward, call me King Abaddon. The Locust Monster, Apollyon. It's just like he said. We ain't gotta live in fear of the Tinto Lords anymore. Akane and the rest of them back in Tsukigata Village can rejoice. Now you wait right there, Raidou. I got a score to settle with you. Soon as I become King Abaddon, I'll get you good. Don ran towards the radio tower. Hey, why is he here? Wasn't he locked up in stir? And what's he want with the radio tower? Oh, we're gonna get a cutscene to find out. This radio tower sure is important. This giant mushroom-shaped radio tower. I'd forgotten about the hole in the sky, if I'm being quite honest. That was quite dangerous. Don't stop on train tracks, kiddos. Are these people or pupae? They are bugs. More Apollons. Someone still doesn't comb their hair. Well, isn't that a mess we're going to have to clean up now? They're just purple farting everywhere. That can't be good for the hole that's already in the sky. Ah, there goes the insurance premiums. Ah, he was here the whole time. Oh, what now? I just did his voice earlier, and now I have to refind it. What's going on here? I'm trying to give him a southern accent, but my southern accent isn't very good. The Apollons, they ain't listening to me. They're attacking the capital? Now hold on here, there's been some kind of mix-up. Apollon's the destroyer in check, sure, but it's my servant like the Tinto clan song. I was supposed to use the Apollons to get one over on the Tinto lords, and become King Abaddon. It was all for the people of the village, for Akane. So what gives? Why ain't the Apollons listening to me? Am I not going to become King Abaddon? You two. Ah, what happened? A whole swarm of Apollons just came from that road hole in the sky. What gives? Did you do this, Don? Well, we meet again, Toshiro Mifune. This will be a day all of you remember for many years to come. The day of overflowing misfortune is evidently upon us. Overwhelming misfortune? My voices are all over the place right now. It'll come back to me. Since you have witnessed the scene for yourself, I suppose I should tell you now. In another dimension, separate from this one, there is a world filled with people's negative energy. You might call it a world caught in a spiral of despair. This is the world known as the Infinite Abyss, in the scriptures of God's words to man. A realm entirely formed by people's negative energy, the Abyssal Realm. Or that probably said abysmal. Yep. Abysmal Realm. As I said, the red hole now visible in the sky is the gate therein. And now there is something I must ask you, Toshiro Mifune. In the documents of God's word to man, the gate to the abysmal realm is referred to as the Infinite Abyss. And the key to this gate is man-made. The key is born of despair in the world that your God made. As you may have noticed, the people of the capital are inundated with misfortune, leading to despair. They have abandoned all hope, losing themselves in despair of God's word, his world, and ultimately he himself. It was the loss of the capital's fortune that the luck locust that served as a spark for this calamity. It took a specific spark for the Apollyon to enter this world through the gate, despair in God. And those Apollons now deliver even more pain and suffering to the people of the capital. What do you think, Toshiro? The Apollon's actions in the capital. What is your perspective? Is Apollyon a punishment for those who have lost their faith in God? To cleanse God's world of those who would turn their back on him, clearing the way for the future? Seen this way, they are divine wrath incarnate. Or is Apollyon a hand extended to those who have lost their faith in him? A show of divine strength proving his existence to unbelievers that it might be his world once more. Seen this way, they are divine grief incarnate. Toshiro Mifune, how would you describe them? Well, law answer is grief. I see, that's your perspective. Judging by our prior encounters and your answer to my earlier question, today is truly a day to remember. I have come to understand you better. Toshiro Mifune, you seem to be someone who... You are well liked by all, but you have difficulties developing strong, trusting relationships. That is the way you live. I shall bestow this upon you now. Perhaps it will become the spark that allows you to change. If we were neutral somehow, that would have been a beat of life. If we were chaos, it would have been another soma. If we had been doing a chaos route, I tell you what, I would have sold that other soma before doing this. Come now, Don. You should be overjoyed. What the capital is now undergoing. This is what you wanted. What? The gate to the abysmal realm is open. This world will soon be consumed in despair. The spark that will cause despair to engulf the world will soon descend. What? It will come through the gate and rain down upon this world that God created. And all the people of his world will serve as the spark to ignite the flames of despair for the future. That is what you wanted, isn't it, Don? King Abaddon. No! King Abaddon, that's the spark to make people despair about their futures. That ain't what I wanted. That wasn't the plan. I was gonna use the luck locust to... I didn't want the capital destroyed like this. Don. My King Abaddon, it ain't my King Abaddon. King Abaddon is... What rich irony. Don followed what was written in the scriptures of the divine word to man. And in doing so, his actions led to the destruction of man's future. In his desperate grasp at a future for himself, Don has closed the futures of hundreds of thousands. And upon understanding what he has wrought, he too begins to despair. This is what it means to take responsibility for one's actions. Now then, Toshiro Mifune. Just as Don's efforts towards hope brought despair upon the capital, those that look to you for hope may become your own source of despair. They who come to you, mad with grief, to lend hope to your actions. Beware them when they turn mad with anger. Toshiro Mifune, do not allow your future to be one shrouded in despair. Me and my Argyle socks are going away now. Wait! Wait, what about me being King Abaddon? Please, wait, I said wait. Wait, what do I do now? The day of misfortune. Finn. We will save. The Way of Kuzunoha, Chapter 6. We can go down to B7 of the Nameless Shrine. The capital's luck has gone bad like day-old milk thanks to all the luck locusts. Don't trust those Best Buy and XP dates. Well, no. Best Buy dates are largely useless because stuff, if it's a Best Buy and, you know, BESTBY, it just means it might be stale and it'll still be mostly fine after it. The stuff that actually expires, like, that'll go bad days before its date, I've noticed. It depends on how you store it. And, what kind of container it was in the first place. But that's neither here or there. With things going wrong left and right, the people of the capital are starting to despair. They're losing faith in the gods and the world they made. I don't even know what to think about there being a whole separate world from ours. One filled with negative energy, a place where only despair can thrive. Dang it. Sorry. The Abysmal Realm? It's hard to believe, but the gate to the Abysmal Realm has opened up there in the sky. A whole swarm of Apollons flew down through it, too. What can the people of the capital do about something like that? Nothing. We're powerless. Whether we like it or not, that gate is like a big red eye staring us right in the face. And... Hello, sudden out of nowhere yawn. And this whole hopeless mess all happened because Don was trying to give his village some hope. When his luck locusts get full from eating the capital's luck, they go back to the Tento Sanctuary. They dump it off in that nest they've built down there. The Positron Matrix, was it called? Yeah, when the Positron Matrix gets nice and big, that's a cue for the Destroyer insects to come. And sure enough, those Apollons came down from the sky in this unneeded recap. That was Don's plans from the start, to use his Fukoshi powers to control the Apollon insects. He'd make himself a king over the Apollons, King Abaddon to be precise, yes. You're stupid, that's why I'm saying all this stuff again. Now those Apollons are supposed to be servants of this great Ma the Tento think so highly of. If Don became King Abaddon and controlled the Apollons, he'd be on Ma's level. And he thought by doing that, he'd break the Tento clan's stranglehold over Tsukigata village. They've ruled over the village as its god, so he could become a god himself. He'd take the village back. He'd hoped to save his sister Akane, who was about to be wed, sacrificed really to the Tento. You're stupid, and you didn't pay attention to this game up to this point. That's why I'm saying all of these words right now. You, person playing this video game, are a big dummy dumbhead with no ability to remember things. But where Don saw hope for himself, his village, and his sister, his actions ended up bringing despair on the capital. He's feeling responsible now for the people's despair. So he's despairing a bit himself. This happened not 3 minutes ago, but I think you're stupid and have forgotten already. King Abaddon is nothing but a big red hole. They came from the gate to the abysmal realm, a spark for despair all over the world. That's not quite the voice I gave it a second ago. Ugh. I was fighting a yawn. That ain't what I thought King Abaddon was going to be at all. And I did this? I brought something that horrible to the capital? Those Apollons I called, they're wrecking the capital. And I got nothing out of the deal. I can't save my dad, the villagers, Akane. I tried my dangdest. I broke the village code and brought out the luck locusts. But all that, I was just running in circles, hell's bells. Don. I can't even show my face anymore. I wish I could just disappear. Toshiro, we might be passing out. So there could be some bright flashing lights in the future. Just be careful. If you see that orange stuff, protect your eyes if you're sensitive to it. Yep. Everybody. I called it. Toshiro! Orange Rome? Tick, 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 tick. Yep, saw it. I'll still put it in the description, but they really telegraphed it this time. A man in red jinbeori wearing a Shinado mask is standing before Raidou. A man in a vest wearing a Shinado mask is standing before Raidou. Don't be so hard on yourself, Don. Sure, you summoned the gate to the abysmal realm. But if that's the actions you took to take hold of your future, then it can't be called wrong. Oh, well, that's interesting. The Shinado mask turned upside down before Raidou's eyes. The Shinado mask of sorrow. Looks as though it changed to a face filled with anger. A man in a vest wearing a Shinado mask is standing before Raidou. The Shinado mask the man is wearing looks like a face filled with anger. If I keep beating around the bush, you'll never get it done, so I'm going to be frank. What were you thinking, opening a gate to the abysmal realm? It's all because of the actions you took. If you hadn't tried taking hold of your future. Hey, take a look. See what a mess the capital is in? How are you going to make up for that? Huh? Tell me, King Abaddon. A modern girl wearing the Shinato mask is standing before Raidou. The Shinato mask the woman is wearing looks like a face filled with anger. Hey, Don, or should I call you King Abaddon? You opened the gate to the abysmal realm for Akane's sake and for the future of Tsukigata Village. And now you're lost in despair as a result of your own actions. What a joke. Yeah, I can't say otherwise. You're right. Maybe instead of taking action and ending up like this, I should have just done nothing. Akane, your bro, he's tired. I'm going on ahead. I'll see you in the afterlife. A student wearing a Shinato mask is standing before Raidou. You who have been playing the role of Raidou and witnessed this spectacle. This is it. The words I am about to impart on you, the words of this sorrow-filled face. My final words. The gate to the abysmal realm has opened. Man has fallen into despair. Despair, in other words, that is man's despair over the world God created. Man can no longer see a future in this world God made. The fate of man once he has lost hope for the future. The student wearing a Shinato mask fell before Raidou. I'm sorry, it seems it is time. Soon. Soon the aspect of my anger will show its face. The aspect of my anger over the despair that the people have fallen into. I hope Toshiro Fumune, who has assumed the role of Raidou, you can be their hope. Become man's hope. A student wearing a Shinato mask appeared in front of Raidou. The student wearing a Shinato mask is stepping on the student wearing a Shinato mask. It's you, isn't it? You're the so-called hope my aspect of sorrow found. You have been playing the role of Raidou and witnessed this spectacle. Unfortunate one, the spark of your misfortune. It is the fact that you assumed the role Raidou, Toshiro Mifune. You have been blind to the truth. All actions in this world are meaningless. It is because people cling so tightly to hope that they despair. You will learn that all hope in this world is simply a spark to ignite the flames of despair. The pathetic sight of the creature beneath my heels should tell you that much. Ugh. But you needn't worry, Toshiro Mifune. The aspect of anger has arrived in order to become your salvation. Listen now to my messages of salvation. Cease your assumption of the role of Raidou and witness this spectacle no more. Do you understand? Go home, further witness of this spectacle. It will lead only to despair. There is no reason to willingly take despair upon yourself, yes? Abandon the role of Raidou. Turn away from this spectacle. That will be your salvation. Do you understand? You must abandon Raidou, Toshiro Mifune. Raidou? Raidou! Jeez, don't wake me up with that face. We'll continue this in the next one since we just hit 30 minutes.